Have you heard of actors falling in love on set? Okay, that is quite common. Have you heard of actors fighting with the person they're supposed to share romantic scenes with on set, and then really falling in love with them afterwards? Did you know Gosling started out as a child actor at the Mickey Mouse Club, along with Justin Timberlake? He even bunked with him for a while. Why? Of course, this was after he pulled up with steak knives at school. Surprised? This man has had such an adventurous life and career. He has overcome a troubled childhood to become a big movie star and a pretty decent member of society. Today on our channel, we will take a look at his childhood, his journey, his rise to fame, and the highlights that made Gosling a fan favorite as an actor. A broken home. Gosling was born in St. Joseph's Hospital in London, Ontario on the 12th of November 1980. His father was Thomas Ray Gosling. He was a traveling salesman for a paper mill. His mother, Donna Gosling, was a secretary. His family was a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and Gosling grew up under the church's traditions. He believed they controlled every aspect of his life and were in part responsible for some of his childhood trauma. By the time Gosling turned 13, his parents were going through a divorce, and Gosling and his sister had to stay with his mom. This decision eventually led to him being brought up around feminine influences, and Gosling has said this led him to think like a girl. Just about this same period, Gosling had his first famous role as a child star. He was a star on the Disney Channel's The Mickey Mouse Club from 1993 to 1995. He was featured in the movie Goosebumps the following year. When Gosling was younger, he saw the movie Dick Tracy, and it inspired him to become an actor. A not-so-fun childhood. Growing up, Gosling attended Gladstone Public School, Cornwall Collegiate and Vocational School, and Lester B. Pearson High School. His childhood wasn't rosy, as he was always picked on at school. He had no friends and was usually at the end of class jokes. This caused him not to like his peers, and it eventually led to him lashing out. It was around this period that he watched the movie First Blood, where Sylvester Stallone played the role of a former U.S. soldier with trauma issues. Not long after seeing the movie, he went to school with steak knives and threw them at other children during recess. This led to him being suspended from school. Besides bullying and a lack of peer friendship, Gosling had a hard time grasping how to read, and at some point growing up, he was evaluated for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, but was never diagnosed with it and never took drugs to remedy such a condition. Eventually, his mother decided to leave her job and homeschool Gosling. This would have a long-term positive effect on him. Because of how homeschooling is set up, there was more autonomy in how Gosling learned, and this gave him a sort of control over activities in his life. He believes since then he has never lost that sense of autonomy. Finding applause in acting. One thing, though, brought joy to Gosling's childhood, and it was his love for performance. He started performing at an early age and was encouraged by his sister, who was also a performer. Together, they performed songs at weddings, and he even performed with Elvis Perry, his uncle's Elvis Presley tribute act. Gosling was also interested in the local ballet company and was even involved with them on some occasions. Being the only part of his life which he got praised for, performing became Gosling's favorite activity. Gosling eventually dropped out of school to pursue a career in acting. His first significant stint in acting started at the age of 12 when he started acting in the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. He acted alongside some stars in the making, as the cast included Christina Aguilera, Justin Timberlake, and Britney Spears. He had to move to Florida with his mom, but she would later leave for Canada for the sake of her job. After she left, Lynn, Timberlake's mom, became his legal guardian and housed him. Gosling shared rooms with Timberlake during that period until the show ended and Gosling returned to Canada. After his childhood acting days in the Mickey Mouse Club, Are You Afraid of the Dark?, Goosebumps, and Breaker High, Gosling took on the main role in the series Young Hercules by Fox Kids. He later said that he liked working on the show at first, but that he started to care too much about it, so it stopped being fun for him. He wanted to spend more time with a character and help make him or her up, and he also wanted to play different roles, so he switched to movies and stopped doing TV. Leaving TV for Hollywood. At age 19, Gosling decided he didn't want to work in TV anymore. After playing a supporting role in the football drama Remember the Titans in 2000, Gosling got his first leading role in the 2001 film The Believer, in which he played a Jewish neo-Nazi. The movie went on to win the Sundance Grand Jury Prize. Gosling's understanding of something about religion, being told nerve, led to the actor's casting. Mormonism is very demanding, and it isolates you the way Judaism isolates you, and he got all that. Gosling acknowledged how the movie was basically a major catalyst for his career. Looking at his previous child roles, he discovered that the movie market wasn't accepting of characters with such backgrounds, but The Believer changed all that for him. The Believer would go on to have an impact on the roles that Ryan Gosling would choose to play in the future, roles that tended to gravitate towards being gritty, intimate, and emotionally complicated. Although the movie would go on to have a profound effect on Gosling's career, it wasn't successful at the box office. It could even be termed a commercial failure, grossing less than a third of its original budget. The next major movie he acted in was the psychological thriller Murder by Numbers, where he acted alongside Sandra Bullock and Michael Pitt. The movie saw him and Pitt play the roles of two high school seniors who believe they can commit the perfect murder. In the film, Sandra Bullock plays the detective assigned to investigate the crime. While the film did not receive standing ovations for its quality or storytelling, Gosling was recognized as a phenomenal talent even in junk like this by Lisa Schwartzbaum of Entertainment Weekly. He and Pitt also got positive remarks for their charisma from Todd McCarthy. Commercially though, the movie barely broke even, grossing $56 million on a $50 million budget. His second film performance in 2002 was in The Slaughter Rule, a drama starring David Morse, where Gosling played the role of a high school football player and his disturbed coach in rural Montana. Gosling has stated that the experience of working with Morse helped him become a better actor. In 2003, he played the role of a teenager imprisoned for the murder of a disabled boy in the movie The United States of Leland. Gosling, who generally takes on more chaotic and darker roles, said he was attracted to this role because it was unusual to have a character who was emotionally detached for the entire film. Becoming a mainstream sensation. Gosling became a mainstream heartthrob after starring in The Notebook alongside Rachel McAdams. The Notebook is a film directed by Nick Cassavetes based on Nicholas Sparks' novel of the same name. Gosling noted that he enjoyed playing this character as it allowed him to play a character over a certain period. During filming for the movie, Gosling got to work with Sam Shepard, who he noted was a huge source of inspiration for his role in the movie. While Gosling found a lot of success in his role in The Notebook, according to him, getting the role was a funny affair entirely. According to Nick Cassavetes, the director, he decided to pick Gosling for the role because he looked like a regular guy who looked nuts. In his own words, "I want you to play this role because you're not like the other young actors out there in Hollywood. You're not handsome, you're not cool, you're just a regular guy who looks a bit nuts." Gosling was not initially interested in the movie, but he was convinced by the director eventually, and it was a hit for him. Behind the set, Gosling and McAdams were not having the best of relationships, which was an irony because they were playing romantic partners. And it became a double irony when they began officially dating in 2005. While on set, according to Gosling, we inspired the worst in each other. This was not reflective of their character on set though, as the New York Times praised the spontaneous and combustible performances of the two leads, and noted that against your better judgment, you root for the pair to beat the odds against them. With a worldwide total of over $115 million, Ryan Gosling's film The Notebook is consistently regarded as one of the actor's most commercially successful works. In addition to that, it won him 4 Teen Choice Awards and an MTV Movie Award. Many consider the film one of the best romantic films of all time, and it features one of the best kiss scenes in the genre. Stay, a psychological thriller film co-starring Naomi Watts and Ewan McGregor, starred Gosling as a disturbed teenage art student in 2005. The film received mixed reviews, with many describing it as lackluster and unworthy of Gosling's talents. Gosling, on the other hand, was unmoved by the varied comments, since he assumed the replies were predictable. Gosling the Versatile. Gosling went on to star in a number of critically acclaimed movies, such as Half Nelson, where he played the role of a drug-addicted junior high school teacher who forms a bond with a young student. Gosling relocated to New York for a month before filming began to prepare for the role. He resided in a small Brooklyn apartment and shadowed an 8th grade teacher. Many critics praised his performance in the film, and he was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actor. Other works included Lars and the Real Girl, where he plays the role of a man who falls in love with a life-size doll, and Drive, his first action role. The film starred Ryan Gosling as a Hollywood stunt performer who moonlights as a getaway driver. It was well received by critics and earned him a lot of male fans. It was also a commercial success, grossing over $70 million from a $15 million budget. In each of these movies, he portrayed a wide range of characters and showed his versatility as an actor. He won critical praise for his performances and cemented his place as one of the most talented actors of his generation. Gosling portrayed the role of an ambitious press secretary in the political drama The Ides of March, which was directed by George Clooney and included Philip Seymour Hoffman as a co-star. Gosling's presence in the film was his closing performance of 2011. He was nominated for a Golden Globe Award as Best Actor in a Motion Picture Drama for his work in the film, which was met with a variety of reactions from critics. In 2012, Gosling starred in the critically acclaimed movie The Place Beyond the Pines. Luke, the character Gosling plays, is a motorcycle stunt rider who robs banks to support his family. Gosling really enjoyed playing Luke, and the movie was a box office success and garnered him a number of award nominations. The same year, he starred in the movie Gangster Squad, where he was a 1940s LAPD officer who tried to outsmart a mob boss. It was a commercial hit, grossing over $100 million. He also got to work with Emma Stone, his love interest, and she noted she would love to work with him on more movie projects. Looking forward, Gosling has been nominated for many awards throughout his career, including a Golden Globe for Half Nelson and an Academy Award for La La Land, a musical featuring Emma Stone. He won a Golden Globe for his performance in the musical La La Land, and the movie itself was a massive critical and commercial success, grossing over $450 million worldwide. In recent years, Gosling has taken a step back from acting to focus on his personal life. He is married to actress Eva Mendes, and they have 2 children together. He has been relatively quiet in terms of his acting career, but still pops up in the odd movie here and there. He has some projects lined up for his future, both as an actor and a producer, including Barbie alongside Margot Robbie, and The Underwater Welder, a graphic novel by Jeff Lemire. Ryan Gosling's childhood was far from perfect, but he overcame his difficulties to become a successful actor. Despite being picked on at school and struggling with reading, he found solace in his love for performing. He went on to star in several critically acclaimed movies and is considered one of the most talented actors of his generation. He has proven that no matter what obstacles you face, you can achieve anything you set your mind to with hard work and dedication. For more inspiring stories like this, don't forget to like and subscribe.